today's training, so we're going to have these Wednesday sessions, hopefully every week at 9:30. Sometimes we'll have guest speakers. Sometimes we will have some of my teamies talking, because some of them are doing amazing and they've got so much value to offer all of us. And the main intention behind these training sessions is I did a very exciting thing a couple of weeks ago. I actually took on the step of taking on Frazer Brookes as my personal mentor. Now, Frazer Brooks, for those of you who don't know, need to know who he is. He's probably one of the biggest network marketing gurus in this field. I'd say definitely in the Western, within UK, definitely, but he's quite worldwide renowned. He's amazing. If he says something, you trust it. This guy has been in MLM or network marketing since he was in the womb, as in when his mum was pregnant, because his mum and dad were in it and they passed it on to him, and he's doing amazing. He's a coach now. So I've taken that step on, and I'll be honest with you, right? Before I did the training with Fraser, I'll be honest, I've been doing this for less than 2 years. I was winging it. I was winging it. Thank God I did the winging well, because I did well. But what I learned quite late on, is winging it isn't going to always get you the consistent results that you require. In this industry, you need to learn to work smart and not hard. Because with winging it, there's not really a structure to your business. It's pretty much like you wake up, I'm just going to go through messages, right? I'm just going to message people, all right, I'm just going to put a post on. I've just put a post on, right? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually just going to sell some products today. I feel like selling today. That's how I did it. And I winged it, but that's not how you want to run this business. You want to be structured, organized, focused. You need to know exactly what you're doing, how you're doing it. There's a system in place, and you duplicate the same system onto your teamies, and they go off and go do the same with their teamies. If you understand that, the secret to the success of this industry is in having a system that works. I guarantee you, not only will you be making a lot of money, but you will have a lot of freedom of time. Now, one of the things that Fraser taught me, and he says is actually the secret to his success, and I will tell you the secret to a lot of top leaders' success, is a thing that we're going to cover today, and I'm really excited to introduce this to you because I'm pretty confident it's going to change your whole game. Right, before we get into that, I want to speak about Black Friday, or should we call it Cyber Week, because it's obviously Cyber Week now. It starts on Monday and it pretty much lasts the whole week. Now, in terms of business, this is probably one of the biggest events in the whole year. No pressure, guys, no pressure. But it probably is one of the biggest weeks, I'd say, in the calendar. Now, all of you, whether you're old or new in this business, need to make the most of this week. And I'm not just saying that lightly. If you need to get your turbo power on, just get it on. Few long nights, less sleep and all that, early mornings, get it on for this week, because it could potentially change your whole business. Now, obviously, you're going to sell. Hopefully you're going to sell a lot, so you'll make money. But I think for me, when I think about this week, it's more about getting yourself out there, getting yourself known, getting your company out there, getting your products out there, and getting as many people as you can to try the products out. Because we all know with FM, once you've tried the perfumes, you've pretty much made the switch. Most people, that definitely with my customers, I know once they've tried them, I've got them. So if that means putting your prices down close to cost price, then just do it. You might only make a couple of pound profit, but it doesn't matter, because this is only for this week, because you need to get the products out there. So most people, this is how they do it. You start off, you think, like, Black Friday, I want to get loads of offers out. This is the normal process that most people follow. You think, right, I'm going to put it on my WhatsApp status. I'm going to make a poster, put it on my WhatsApp status. I'm going to put it on my Instagram story, and I'll put an Instagram post out, and then hopefully I'll get sales. This is probably okay. In terms of the reach you could have, you're probably getting 3% reach out of the potential 100% reach that you can potentially have, because you've really restricted yourself there because namely on Instagram story, not everybody's going to see your story. As we know, algorithms, Instagram, it works in very weird ways. So I'm going to take it back to being quite traditional. when you normally join most multi-level marketing industries or businesses, whether it's any company, not necessarily FM, and if you have a coach, the first thing they tell you to do is they set you a task. Now, I'll be honest, I've only learned this myself probably in the last couple of weeks, maybe in the last few weeks. So I have done that with my new recruits, but the older ones haven't been through it. Apologies, right? Because I didn't do it either. But it's never, ever too late. Okay? Blank, think of it as a wipe the slate clean and start again. What I'm going to teach you, you're going to replicate to all of your new recruits. So the first thing that you're meant to do, the first task that most coaches will set, the first task that they set you is the list. Let's call it the list. This list is your make or break, by the way. The list, right? So you know when you get a new recruit, so you the usual, hi, welcome to the business, really happy to have you on board. These are the perfume lists. This is the beginner's presentation. This is how you use the website. This is how you check the stock update. Yeah, this is that. Please, let's be honest, yeah. Which one of you is a Pamela Anderson and spam the life out of these people? We all do it. Let's not deny it. You just spam. Boom, 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 boom. Get it out there. There you go. Start your business. Good luck. I'm here if you need me. There is nothing worse. I swear down. If that's one way to get rid of a recruit, is by spamming them, spamming the life out of them. That's not how you do it. The first thing you're actually meant to do, and do you know what? This training, how to launch your recruit, is going to be next Wednesday's training, because a lot of you will have new recruits for the next month. So I don't want to go into it in too much depth, but one of the tasks that you do with them is called the list. What the list is, right, guys, pay attention. You're going to get a pen and paper, and you have to write down every single person that you know. This does not mean you like them. You don't have to like them. It doesn't mean that you've been in touch with them in the last week or so. No, it's whoever you know. Just write the list down. You don't have to do anything with it. Task one, you don't do anything with the list. You write it down. So you'll sit there and you'll get your pen and paper and you'll start writing your list. I always say start off with perhaps your friends and family, right? Mom, dad, brother, sister. And as you're writing their names, what will happen is something clever happens, especially when you put pen to paper. You think it and you ink it. So what happens is, when you write down like your sister's name, for example, it'll trigger you to remember somebody else that you know through her. So maybe her best friend, you'll write her name down. So like I say, you don't have to necessarily be in contact with these people. It's just people you know. So if I said to you now, right, Fiona, if you write me a list of every single person that you've ever known in your entire life or had some sort of interaction with, I'm going to give you 100 quid. I guarantee your list will be long, because you'll be like, yeah. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, mum, yeah, him, her. You'll know so many people all of a sudden. Before you do the list, you're like, yeah, I don't actually know that many people, you know. The amount of people that say that to me when they join. Do you know what it is though? I don't actually know that many people. No, you do. Trust me, you do. Okay? Knowing people doesn't mean you have to be best friends with them. It just means you know somebody, you've met them, you've had some sort of interaction with them. So when you do your list, and all of you, I highly advise, honestly, do your list. I can't stress it enough. Do your list. Write it down. Start off with your, like I said, mum, dad, uncle, aunt, sister, brother, brother's friend, sister's friend, loads, whoever comes to mind. Keep going. Once you've exhausted your family, right, move on to your friends, do all your friends. Then move on to like primary school friends, secondary school friends, college friends. Keep going, work, ex-work colleagues. You get the drift, yeah? But then people would normally stop at that. But no. I'm like, no. Your butcher, your baker, your fishmonger, your somebody that you go gym with, your gym, not necessarily a gym buddy, somebody you meet at the gym, your personal trainer. Just anybody, man. I know people that sell to the window cleaner. So your window cleaner would essentially be on this list as well. Anybody that you know. Once you've done that list, you will look at that list and think, flipping, I kind of know a lot of people. Now, when you have that list, what you do with the list is you start thinking, all right, which ones are potential customers? Who can I sell perfume to? And who can I actually recruit onto my business? You've already started thinking that in your head. You could even make a little note alongside. the thing name and write how you wish to see them, a customer or a recruit. Anyway, once you've done the list, task 2, very important, then you launch task 2, you do it in steps, is to message them. Now, as Fraser says, 80% of people in network marketing fail at this point in the business. They don't get this stage right. So the 20% that do, or the wingers probably, will make it past and do, okay with the business. But if you don't get this part right, chances are you're not going to get the business right. So with your list, right, this is really important. When you'll have all your names, right, and then you have 3 regions within your list. You have your hot zone, your medium zone, and your cold zone. Hot zone are people that are close to you, that you probably see quite often. I'd probably put it down to close friends, family members, sisters, siblings, them sort of people, your hot zone, yeah? The way you message your hot zone is going to be different to how you message your medium zone. Medium zone are people you know, but not necessarily know that well. So I'd say primary school friends, or maybe you knew them quite well at one point, but you know them enough to just drop a message. Hey, John, how are you? I've not seen you for ages. What are you up to nowadays? Da, da, da. You're comfortable enough to do that. Medium zone. And cold zone, people you do not know. You've never spoken to them, but you know of them, maybe through social media. Maybe it's an influencer that you watch. Maybe it's somebody that you have followed through Instagram. I don't know. Just somebody you know, but you've never, ever, ever had an interaction, or you've never spoken to them, okay? That's your 3 zones. Now, one of the things that's absolutely instrumental in you getting this part right, I always say to everybody that does this task, do not message anybody until we have spoken. The light keeps going on and off, doesn't it? It's really annoying. It gets really bright and then it gets really dark. Anyway, so if you've got a pen and paper, I want you to jot this down. So when you do your hot zone, your friends and family. So say now you're thinking, I really want to sell, man. I want to sell. You're going to get in touch with your hot zone. And this is how you're going to do it. By the way, what I'm going to teach you is what Eric Worre shared in a recent training event that he had. Eric Worre, if you don't know who he is, guys, you need to know him. Eric is literally Mr. MLM. Like, if there's anything you want to know about MLM or network marketing, the industry that we're in, he's your man. He has some amazing videos and everything. Anyway, he's the one. Eric Worre. Put his name down and follow him on Instagram and just, watch him, stalk him. Now, he says he has this framework, which I love, because when I first heard it, I was like, this is a little bit different. I would never think of messaging my sister like this, but it works. The first thing you do, he said, with your hot zone, these are for your hot zones. So I'm going to use my sister as my example. Sister. Okay, the first thing you do is you compliment them. Hot zone. The first thing you do is you compliment. Don't worry, I'm going to give you a good example of what I'm saying. You compliment them, okay? And you've got to be genuine, guys. Don't be like, oh my God, you're the most beautiful person I've ever met. Because then she's just going to be like, you freak. What do you want? So don't be like that. A normal compliment in this context is like, hey sis, do you know what? It's weird, but I was just thinking, like, one thing I love and admire about you is you're always there for me when I need you. That's a nice compliment to give your sister. You've always been such a positive role model in my life. I really admire your kindness, something like that. So you compliment them. Number 2, be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Okay, what do you mean by that? It's something like, it doesn't have to be deep here, like, oh my God, I'm going through a lifetime crisis, nothing like that. It's just like, do you know what, sis? I've just started this new business and I'm a little bit nervous. Like, I'm excited, but I'm nervous about how it's going to go. Now that's you just putting yourself out there, like, you know what, guys, I'm nervous, man. Like, instead of being all cocky, I'm going to really smash it and all that, you're being genuine with her. Because it's your family, remember, it's your hot zone. They know you. So be vulnerable. Number 3 is be authentic. Okay, what does that mean? Basically, authentic is mean, listen, number 3 is basically, I don't know if authentic is the right term for it actually. It's basically when you say to them, look, sis, look, I'm not trying to recruit you. That's not why I'm messaging you. I am not trying to recruit you. You put that out there because your family are not going to be interested in being recruited in the first week of you doing your business. They're going to be like, nah, just no. So just say it. I'm not here to recruit you. Yeah, just saying. And you know the irony of a comment like that is they're going to be like, yeah, but why don't you want to recruit me? Like, it's going to make them want to join you even more. So when I say be authentic, it's ruling out the fact that you're not trying to recruit them. That's number 3. Number 4 is, okay, this is a good one. What you say to them is, look, sis, I want you to be a customer of mine just one time, just short term. It would mean the world to me if you would just buy one product off me, give me some feedback and let me know how they are. That's it. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Look, sis, I just want you to be I'm not recruiting you, but I just want you to be a customer of mine. Just one time, short term, it would mean the world to me. Because you know what? I want you to try it and give me your feedback and let me know how they are. That's it. Imagine, right? So Eric was just laughing because he said he's taught this technique to like all his, obviously his family members and all his nieces and nephews, because I'm assuming his whole family's in this industry. And he said, if I told you how many Swiss knife sets I've got at home, because I've got a whole cupboard full of them. The point is this works because his nieces use the same technique on him. You know what, uncle, you know what, I love you so much and you're so supportive. And look, I'm not trying to recruit you, but you know what, I just want you to buy this product off me one time because I want your feedback on it and it would mean the world to me if you supported me. He's like, go on. Like, you know, when you've done that to somebody, you're not going to say no to them. Like, your sister's not going to be like, no, I ain't buying no perfume off you. She's going to be like, oh, go on, send me your list. Yeah. So you say that, be a customer. Be a one-time customer. And you know what the irony is? They probably send this message out to all their friends after this. When they agree, thank them and compliment them. Thank them and you're complimenting them again. Do you know what? Thank you so much. I always knew you'd be the one to turn to when I really needed somebody. Something like that. I don't know. And then the last thing you do is ask for their support. This is totally new and I would please just encourage me and keep a check on me and just give me the motivation that I need. Like, you're kind of saying to them like, you know what? Yeah, just be there for me. And if I slack, just give me a little kick and just tell me to get back on my feet again. So it's that kind of vulnerable thing again. So that's number 6. What did I say? Ask for their support. So like kind of say to them that like, I want you to be my mentor, you know, like I'd love it if you could just like really keep an eye on me and check in and see how I'm doing. Give me advice. Where am I going? Give me feedback. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Family love that. Just give me feedback. What do you think? How was my story today? I'd love that, you know. So that's it. Now I'm going to read out an example. So that's basically the framework. You know what? You will feel uncomfortable doing this. I'll be honest, because it's a bit cheesy like, but it works. Just put it down to the fact that it works. So this is an example. Hey Jess, hope you're well. I know it's been a while since we've seen each other, but I always remember you for your positive vibes and your willingness to help others. This could be your cousin, by the way, not your sister. I've started a new business where I sell perfumes. I absolutely love it, but I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous. There's always that inner voice that puts me down. Now I've got in touch with you, not because I want to recruit you to join my business, unless that is something you're interested in. But what I do want of you is to be a customer of mine just one time, and your feedback on the perfumes would mean the world to me. If you're up for this, I can send you my list of perfumes, or to make it easier, just a list of my top sellers. Once they agree, because they will, they're like, yeah, come on, just send me the list. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support. I always admired your kindness and I ask for your continued support. And if you see me slacking, then please give me the motivation and the kick up my behind that I need. Now you just imagine you've got like 20 people in your hot zone, including uncles, aunties, whatever, people that, you know, have some sort of like attachment to you, and you send them that message as opposed to, hey guys, I just started this new business, I sell perfumes, please order off me. I'm telling you, it's not going to have the same effect as opposed to if you send that sort of message. And you know what, just like, if it's ego that's getting in your way, you've got to deal with your ego and just say, look guys, at the end of the day, I want to do well in my business. If this is what it takes, I'm going to do it. Do you understand? So just kind of crush your ego a little bit and just do it. That's your hot people done. So once you've done that, I bet you'll have a lot of sales. I reckon you will. And just maybe put it in. Would really appreciate it if you could pass this onto your friends and family. And they've probably got their own networks, right? So of course you've just won them over by all these beautiful compliments you've given them. So now they're going to be obliged to go and share this business of yours. So that's your hot zone done. Now your medium zone, like I said, let's use the example of an old friend. Now, I love the medium zone because personally, I think this is where you have got your aces in the card. You know, your pack of cards, you have your ace. I reckon your aces are mainly in your medium zone because these people are not too close to you and it's not like they're strangers to you. They kind of know you, so they trust you. I'll give an example. I mean, I think Laura's on tonight. Now, Laura's husband is actually my husband's old friend from childhood, and they hadn't seen each other for many years because we moved to Liverpool and they hadn't seen each other, so they weren't best friends. He was in the medium zone. He was at our wedding, and that's probably the last time we saw him 10 years ago. Now, when you do this sort of list, people like that will come up because you're like, oh yeah, Tahir, man, I've seen him for years, but I put him down because he's my mate. I knew him once upon a time. So when you do that, what happens is, so that is what happened with us. Tahir got in touch with Sajid over something else, by the way, not over this at all. I met Laura, obviously because our husbands were friends. We met, they came to Liverpool, we had a chat. I obviously asked her the question, would you fancy doing something like this? And look at her now. She's my diamond girl. I've got an absolute ace under me. Through what? Through a medium contact that I had. Another example of a medium contact, my husband goes to the gym and he knows a personal trainer there. Not personally, he just knows of him. They kind of chat here and there. So what does he do? He messages him on Instagram, hey, whatever his name is, how are you? Not sure, just wondering if you were open to a bit of a side hustle that I'm involved in. No pressure if not, just thought I'd ask. Something like that he asked him. And what happens? He gets back to him and says, oh, I'm always open for a bit of business ideas. I reckon my missus would be really good at this, actually. So that's now he's got his missus involved. And there you go. You've got a recruit there. So your medium zone are people like you'd get in touch with them like, oh my God, Saf, I was just thinking today I was in town and I saw this and I remembered, do you remember that one time when we went town and then. So you kind of get in touch with them, you connect with them, and then you obviously start talking, oh, what are you up to nowadays? I'll tell you a funny story actually. So Sajid, my husband, was doing this the other day. He was going through his medium contacts, and one of the guys that he went to school with, he's not literally seen him since secondary school, which is many years ago. He messaged him and said, oh, what do you do for, like, what are you up to nowadays? And he said, I'm actually the personal chauffeur for the guy that owns a perfume shop. Lo and behold, he obviously had to be, didn't he? So yeah, the guy that owns the perfume shop, multi-billionaire, like, yeah, he's his chauffeur. So he's like, the fragrance shop, I think it was, sorry. One of them shops. Anyway, the point was, it would have been a bit funny to recruit him, right? Interesting conversation with the owner when he's driving him around. But yeah, anyway, just saying how it works. You just get in touch with all these people. You know what, it'd be nice for you because it'd be nice to reconnect with so many people anyway. So that's a plus point of it. So yeah, with them medium zones, it's not a straight away. You're not actually messaging them necessarily to get to buy off you, but you'd put it in like, guys, you know what, I've got this. I've actually got a really, although my degree's in, pharmacy, I've gone on to do this amazing business. I've come into network marketing, and they're like, oh really, what is it? And because they trust you, they know you, you're not a scammer, they're more likely to join your business, which is pretty much, I'd say, what happened with Tahir and Laura. Because Tahir knew Saj, he was like, yes, Saj is a decent guy. He ain't going to get into any scammy thing. I know him and I trust him. That's why he even let Laura sign up. Otherwise, he said, if that was anybody else that had given her this opportunity, I would have been like, nah, forget that stuff. Pyramid scheme and all that. So your medium zone, I reckon, are your focus on them. Get in touch with all of them. Honestly, you'd be surprised at how many connections you make. Like, I've got in touch with people that, secondary school friends and all sorts. That's your second zone. And then your cold zone, people don't like contacting the cold zone because you don't know them, and it's always a little bit awkward because what are you going to say to them? You don't even know them. But I'll tell you some examples. And when Fraser shared these examples, it kind of gave me the confidence to think, do you know what? It's actually not that hard. So this is how you'd message someone in your cold zone. So I'm going to use the example of a influencer perhaps that I follow, maybe. So I would say to her something like, hang on, I've got it written down somewhere and I can't find it right now. Yeah, cold zone is the one that people don't really like visiting. It's kind of out of your comfort zone, isn't it? Okay, right, I've got one here. Hey, Emily, this is Sal. You may not know who I am, but I couldn't help come across your page. You seem so positive. You have so much life. I love your beautiful girls, by the way. So adorable. I know this may seem a little bit forward, but as I was looking at your page, I couldn't help but feel that you would be exceptionally good at what I do. Would you be open to connecting for 10 minutes? Okay, that's one type of message. Another one. Hey, Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing way to make some money from social media? No worries if not, just thought I'd ask. You've not mentioned network marketing, you've not mentioned perfumes. All you've said is a game-changing way to make money from social media, right? That's another message. Hey, Mary, I know this is random, but I was thinking about you earlier because I've been following you for a while. Just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing way to make some money? No worries if not, I just thought I'd ask. Hey Sam, I just had to reach out. I love your posts on social media and I'm just curious, do you profit from these amazing posts? So that's a question that's going to make them say, not really. I don't really make money from them. Why'd you ask? So what it is, the industry that I'm in, I actually help people make money from their social media following. Now, these sort of messages are really good to send to influencers, so people that have got a good following. Now, be prepared to be ghosted. Be prepared for someone to say no to you, because the fact is, that's life. You will get ghosted and you will get blanked. So what? Move on. Don't take it personally and let it get you down for the rest of the day. Oh my God, that influencer blanked me. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's not a personal dig at you. She's just not interested. Move on. Now, I call it the cold zone, right? But there's another name for this list. Fraser calls it the chicken list. Why is it the chicken list? Because you're too chicken to message the people on that list, like back, chicken. So what it is, when you write your list out, yeah, what you'll start doing, so I set the task 5 a day. Every day, message 5 people from your list, anybody, choose. Then you tick off 5. You could do 10 if you're very good, whatever. Then you'll be left with about 10 people and you're like, nah, I can't message him, I can't message her. It might even be like the most popular girl at school, but you're too chicken to message her, right? And the reason you are too chicken to message these people is because the other thing Fraser says is, you know, when you have your list, subconsciously, or you could consciously give them all an influence score. Now, an influence score is on a scale of 1 to 10, how influential is that person? So most people that start off this business, like, you know, if I ask you, how influential are you, do you think, on your social media? Most people are at a 2 or a 3 or a 1, because you're not influential. No one knows who you are. As you go along in the business, you develop yourself, you work on yourself, you get yourself out there more, people start trusting you more, right? So then your influence score goes higher. So you might become a 5. So now you've got quite a lot of credibility. So like that, everybody has an influence score now in your life. So when I look at somebody like Fraser, his influence score for me is like a 10, because he's very influential and I trust what he says. So if Fraser was to put on his story, right guys, today you need to buy this book because it's the best-selling book, and if you read that, you're sorted. I ain't going to even think about it. I'm just going to buy the book, right? Because he has a high influential score. So like that, there's people in your life that will score differently. So when you go through your list, you're most likely to message the ones that have got a low influence, because you're more confident chatting to them, because you're not kind of overwhelmed by them. So it'll be like your friend that you know, just the one that you used to mess around with in class, you'll message her because she's just fine. But the girl that was popular, you're going to be a bit like, can't message her because she's just, you're chickening. But the money is in the chicken list, because them influential people are going to skyrocket your business. I promise you, it's them that will get you your whole business to a different level, because they've got influence. So that means they're going to have people under them, right? They're going to have a tribe under them. Now, Fraser, when he was sharing this story, he actually got really emotional. So when he joined network marketing many, many years ago, when he was young, he said, my team consisted of me and my 3 friends, and we all had like an influence score of like 2. My friends were just like, whatever. Literally, because I was like that for like a year or something, or maybe 2 years. He said he was all right, like he wasn't buzzing. His team wasn't doing that well at all. But he said, obviously he's done his list, obviously, because that's what you've got to do. He goes, I looked at my chicken list, and there was somebody on there. I think it was a Russian guy that he knew that owned a restaurant. And he goes, in my eyes, his influence was about 6 or 7, because he was a business owner. He was big, you know, like he was well known in whatever. He had a restaurant, like a businessman. So he goes, I knew that, imagine I got him on board, bloody hell, my business would go really big. And he goes, I had one of them days where I thought, you know what, sack this, I'm just going to message him, because you know what have I got to lose, right? Got to get out of my comfort zone. Because I dropped him a message, hey, Roberto, whatever he was called, just, oh yeah, he's funny, because he goes, I actually rang him, and I'm like, ring, I'm like, don't pick up, please, don't pick up. Hi. And he's like, oh my God, because you just want them to not pick up, right? So you can say, I tried, but he didn't pick up. Yeah, no, he picked up. So he said, I went, hi, Roberta, I've not seen you for a while, but don't know if you remember, we met maybe a couple of years ago at the restaurant and had a nice chat with you. I've actually recently got involved in a pretty life-changing business, and I was wondering if you were open to connect and learn a little bit more about it. If not, that's fine. Just thought I'd ask. By the way, you know that if not, that's fine. Just thought I'd ask is very instrumental in all your messages. When you message your influence, whoever you message, always put that in there. If not, that's fine. Just thought I'd ask. Why? Because it takes the pressure off them. So you always have to say that. Now, what did Roberto say? Yeah, sounds good. Let's meet. So Fraser said, I was absolutely myself. Pardon the French. And absolutely, I was bricking it. I was so nervous. I couldn't sleep. I was like, oh my God, this guy that he obviously looks up to has just agreed to meet me, like, for this business. Like, what? So they met in the restaurant, had a chat, and Fraser said that day changed the rest of my life, because Roberto came on board. He was the ace in the pack. He was the rocket that totally took his business to the next level. And he goes, his 7-figure income and all this stuff that came after was all as a result of that one phone call he made. Because the day I took myself out of my comfort zone was the day I flew. And he literally started crying when he was saying it, because it was so emotional for him. Because we all do it. We're so comfortable just chatting to the same flipping people and messaging the same bloody people all the time. No, forget them. There's a big world out there. There's many people that will benefit from your opportunity. Like, if I didn't have the courage to tell Laura that day, Laura, do you fancy selling some perfumes? Look, it'll be really good for you, seeing as you've got 2 young kids. Laura wouldn't be in the situation that she is now. So by you getting out of your comfort zone is actually quite selfless, although you've got a benefit, right? It is selfless because you're giving somebody else the opportunity to change their lives. If you've got a single mum there that's struggling with life, and you're just going to be selfish and not just have the guts to say to her that you want to join a business, then that's quite selfish, if you ask me. So your job is to get out of that comfort zone and just do it, man. Just do it. That influencer that you've been following, that them people that are like you class as influential, just do it. One of my girls, I don't know if she's not on today. I'll be honest, she's a consistent 21%er, which is she hits a compensation plan right at the top every single month. And it was a result of me getting out of my comfort zone and messaging an influential person on Instagram. And as a result, this is what happened. We got her on board and she smashed it. So yeah, you have to get out of that. Stop being a clicky. Get rid of that. Yeah, stop it. Just do it. Done. Okay, so your list, once you've exhausted that list, which you obviously will have, because you're not, obviously naturally, you will, trust me, you will have built yourself a solid network. I'm telling you straight. And whatever we're discussing today, make sure you tell every single new recruit to start their business off like that, not just like in this same format. Now, I'm going to finish off really quickly now with the groundbreaking secrets of all these top MLMers, okay? This is a good one. Right. It's called the Blitz. 1, 2, 5-letter word. Once you practice and learn the Blitz, I promise you, your business will change. Now, I'll let you into a secret. So the likes of Leanne Ramby, if you all know Leanne Ramby, if you follow her, she is basically smashing the life out of FM right now. She is the Amalekite star. She made £150,000 last month. I repeat, 150,000 in 1 month. She's been doing this business for 2 years. Up until recently, she worked full time in a care home, children's home. She literally worked, she says some days it'd be 9 to 8, never mind 9 to 5. So people were like, if you were working 9 to 5, how the heck did you do so well in your business? Because there's these people that are all day on their phones going, and they're not getting the same results. And I'll tell you why. Because it's about quality over quantity. It's not how long you spend on this business. You can't say to me, I spent 10 hours on my business today. It's not the 10 hours that's going to get you results. Believe me, it's not. It's the quality of what you do in the time that you do in the business. And that's where the Blitz comes in. Right, what is the Blitz? Right, the Blitz, and believe me, they all do it. Leanne does it, Fraser does it, everybody does it. And somebody asked Fraser once, if there's only one thing you did in your business, what would it be? And he said, if there's just one thing I do, because I do half an hour of blitzing, and that's all I do every day, consistently. And he knows, I know my business would maintain itself. So now, when they're on holiday and when they're all off traveling, what does he do? Just a half an hour blitz in the morning, and that's him done for the day. What is the Blitz? Yeah, you're all wondering. A Blitz is 10 minutes. I repeat, 10 minutes of concentrated activity and focus on one thing. And it's precisely 3 things. So it's short bursts of activity. 10 minutes is ideally the right time, because it's not too less and it's not too long for you to get bored. It's 10 minutes of doing one set activity. And I repeat, focused activity, okay? Not that kind of activity where you're on your phone and you're like, oh, I've just got a message. Oh, what's she saying? Oh my God, look at her. I'm going to watch this tutorial video now. Oh my God, her makeup is so good. All right, hang on, let me just get back to my messages now. Oh, I'm just going to message her. Oh my God. Don't be honest, guys. Put your hand up. Who does that? Guilty. We all do it. You're on a message, you're sorting someone's order out, then you've just seen a pop-up come up of bloody Kylie Jenner or someone, then you go on to that story, then your WhatsApp goes off and you go onto your WhatsApp, then your mum rings, you speak to her. That is a disaster, man. Forget that. A Blitz is this. You put 10 minutes on a timer. Ideally, use the one on YouTube. So type in 10-minute timer on YouTube and you get like a clock, stop clock comes up. Fraser's got his own, by the way. If you type in Fraser 10-minute stop clock, you'll get one that's got him on it. And you sit down, ready, steady, go. And you do 10 minutes of content now. The first thing we're going to do, the first blitz to start off with, I think, is comments. Okay. So blitz activity 1 is commenting. So you're going to go on your phone, right? So pretend we're doing it now. So I'm going to get my phone out. And we're going to do group blitzes, by the way, which are real fun. We all do it together. So we're all just sat here like doing a blitz for half an hour. So you get on your phone, right? Put your timer on. And then for 10 minutes, all you're going to do on Instagram is comment on other people's posts. Now, the reason you comment and why commenting is massive is if you give love, you get love back. If you can comment on other people, even if it's just an emoji, a little love heart, I love this is amazing. And it doesn't have to be like a complex comment, succinct comment. Commenting, ideally 5 words. Not don't write a bloody essay on every person's page. It's not about that. It's just about acknowledging other people and their platforms. Now, who do you comment on? It could be a makeup artist that you follow. It could be a stay-at-home mum that you follow. It could be your friend, anybody. But you know what it is? I've noticed with Instagram, people, and I had a bit of a rant about this, are so used to mindlessly just scrolling through it. Even if you like something, you're not going to comment on it because you're just lazy. And I liken it to somebody that's peeping through your window or looking at what's going on inside your house, but they can't bother knocking on and saying hi. So commenting is important. When you give love, you'll get love back. If you want people to comment on your stories and your posts, you have to keep commenting on theirs. So for 10 minutes, you're going to sit there and go, oh my God, love that. Oh, you look gorgeous. Don't think it. Don't over bloody think it. Don't sit there going, no. So the first thing you're going to do is timer. Then you're going to have a little tally going on. So every time you comment, tally it. You have to tally it. It's called tracking your activity. So comments, 1, I've just gone on to 2, 3, 10 minutes, as many comments as you can get in. You can just put emoji sometimes, a GIF, whatever that. You can comment on posts, stories. You can go onto Facebook groups and comment on things. You can comment on anything. It just has to be a comment. Does that make sense? Like doing polls, that sort of class as a comment, I think. No, just comment on people's stories and whatever. And then tally it and then count it up and say, all right, I just did 20 comments. Done. First blitz, tick, done. Then you have a little break, have a little stretch, a little jog, go have a cup of tea. Not a tea, that might take too long. Have a glass of water maybe. Just have a little break. And then your second blitz for 10 minutes is going to be on FAM. Not spam, FAM. What does FAM mean? Find, add, message. Now, FAM is probably one of the most important ones in this. And what FAM, there you can see it, find, add, message, FAM. We're going to start using that term now, FAM. So get used to it. What FAM is you're finding new people, okay, on your Instagram. Find, adding them, and messaging them all in that one moment. In them 10 minutes, find, add message, find, add message, find. You don't find them and then like spend ages looking at their feed. No. You find them. So do you know what? I'll tell you. So how do you find people? Yeah, this is another tutorial in itself, but just to keep it brief. If you are on your explore page on Instagram, you'll see loads of people that you don't follow. But what Instagram does, it knows that because you're into makeup, and I'll put a makeup person on there. And if you're into fashion, I'll put a fashion person on there. They're clever. They know what you like. They'll put things that you like. If you watch Love Island, they'll put a Love Island clip on there. If you watch bloody celebrity thing, Get Me Out of Here, they'll put that on there anyway. So what you do is you basically explore page, find someone and add them and say, hey love, just randomly came across your page, couldn't help but notice you've got a really beautiful feed. I was just wondering if you're open to connecting over a game-changing business idea that I have. Doesn't that sound familiar? That's the same message that you were sending. Remember when we went through the list and the cold section? This is the same message, because these are cold people, you don't know them. Same message, same format. I will try and give you all these scripts, by the way, so you can use them. Yeah, I will send them somewhere. Now, right, so that's it, you're done. And because you've not overthought it, it's not that hard. You just like, boom, one, then you're going to move on to the next one. Do you know where I love finding people? So, you know, say you follow an influencer. Let's use Dina Tokyo as an example, yeah? So Dina Tokyo has just put a post on about her daughter going to nursery or something. When you read the comments, you'll probably have like 5,000 comments, yeah? Do you know what I like doing? Finding people in the comments, because you know the people that are going to comment on that or that follow Dina are probably going to be people that you vibe with, because they're kind of into the same things as you, because they're following the same person as you, right? Like someone like me, I'm not going to be following a page 3 model, because that's just not what I'm into. So I'm not going to go on her page and start famming her people, because I don't really care. But I will go on to Dina Tokyo's page because I like her and I like her vibe, and she's sort of my sort of person. So I'll fam her people that follow her. Makes sense, yeah, logical. Don't fam random people, yeah. It has to be people that you resonate with. And then you basically drop them a quick message. Hi, just noticed you got 3 children, and I was just wondering, would you be interested in like a second? By the way, you don't always have to go in there with the question, yeah. You could just make chit chat first. Hi, I just came across your page, was really intrigued by what you do. I love your post that you just put on about something. Thank you for your recipe, looks really good. Whatever, just connect with them. Connect. Find, add message. Simple. For 10 minutes, you'll probably get about 10, maybe sometimes you get 5. It depends on the day, how quick you are. Tally it. End. 10 minutes, beep, 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 stop that activity. Now, when you're doing your blitz, don't you dare get up in the middle of it and start getting yourself a snack from the cupboard, or no, you're focused. All you're doing is focused on that one activity. Then you've done that. Then the last one that people don't like, can you see that? No, you can't. It's ATQ. Let's see which smarty pants know what that means. My leaders don't answer this correctly. Yay, Mezabin! Well done. Congratulations on hitting 21%, Mezabin. Mezabin just hit 21% today, which is amazing. Top of the compensation plan. So yeah, ask the question. Ask the question. Ask the question. What does ask the question mean? Ask the question is when you just ask them the question. Whether it's hi, was just now this ask the question could be asking the question to someone that you spoke to in a previous blitz, that you were like exchanging messages with, like, hi, love your feed, how many kids do you have, what do you do, couldn't help but notice that you live in Liverpool, so do I, that's lovely, whereabouts do you live, blah blah blah. It gets to a stage where they're going to be like, where's this conversation going now? Then you ask the question. Like, the reason I actually got in touch with you was I'm actually part of a really world, I don't know, groundbreaking new way of making money. I was just wondering if this was something you were interested in. I don't know, there's different ways of asking the question, right? You'll soon know what works for you, but you've got to be quite clever with the way you ask it, not just like, do you want to join my business? Don't ask that. Don't ever say, do you want to join my business? It's not about me, it's about them. Do you? How are you open to connecting? Are you open to for a little bit more of a little bit more information? So that's your third activity. Ask the question. After 10 minutes, stop. That's your blitz done. Track it all, and then the next time you do it, compare it to the first time you do it, and then you'll keep tracking and seeing. You'll get better at it. You'll get a lot faster and a lot more efficient at it. At the end of the week, maybe once a week, just count up and see how you've done the whole week. And you know what you'll notice? If you're really good, you can count how many sales you've had in that week, how many recruits you've had in that week. And you'll notice it's proportional to the activity that you do on Instagram or Facebook. Now, I'll be honest, like the likes of Leanne Ramby, she does this she says she gets up at 5 a.m. Say when she's working, and she starts work at like 8, 9 o'clock. The first thing she does is gets up and blitzes. She goes, that's the first thing she does. Blitz. Half an hour, done. Imagine she fammed about 15 people So during the day, she can have a conversation with them 15 people, right? Because you blitz them right in the morning. Now you've got time to talk to them throughout the day and ask the question at the end. That's how you get 15 recruits potentially in one day. That is how they do it. I'm telling you, I know. That's how she does it. She has been mentored by Frazer for a while now. Last year, I think she joined, as does Jo Skipsey, who's a diamond. So a lot of these girls, no, sorry, Jo's a star now. She's Jasper Star. But these girls are leaders and they are doing it properly. Not everybody does this technique, by the way, but some of the girls do. The ones that have had training by Frazer. And it works. It's tried and tested, by the way. So yeah, blitz is so important. I cannot stress enough. Some people do 3 blitzes in one day. They've got more time. They're like, I'm just going to blitz now. Boom, 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 boom. Done my blitz. Ready to go. I'm going to go out with my friend now. I've just done my blitz. Right, cool. I'm just going to go have a coffee now, whatever. Then you're kind of free because you've done your half an hour of activity. Blitz. It's all about the blitz. That's the secret, guys. Even if you don't do anything in this business, just blitz. Trust me, don't spend hours scrolling and like randomly looking at Instagram posts. Like, it's just a waste of time. I'll be honest with you, just don't do it to yourself. Well, if you want to become the Leanne Rambys of the business, then this is what they do. They don't waste their time at all. Right, I'm gonna wrap up now. But now that I've discussed the blitz, one thing that came to mind was, yes, ask the question. Once you've asked the question, right, just one quick thing. Say somebody says to you, yeah, I'm open to connecting. Or sometimes a good way to say it is, are you open to watching a short 3-minute video explaining what the business is? And then most likely or not, they'll say to you, yeah, I don't mind 3-minute video, that's fine. Send it over. Now, for those of you that have already got a 3-minute video, well done. But most of you don't. Now, if you go onto my Instagram page, on my bio, I've actually got a link to a YouTube clip, which is basically a 3-minute business opportunity video that I've made myself, as in it's got me in it. Now, there's a book called The 3-Minute Rule. I don't know who the author is actually. You'll have to Google it. The 3-Minute Rule. I think it's called that, The 3-Minute Rule. Now, this guy is an expert when it comes to pitching businesses. It's a bit like the Dragon's Den. You know, when you go into Dragon's Den and you've got to pitch a business, you're not going to be stood in front of them going on and on about your business, are you? And I feel like when you're quite new to this business and somebody asks you about it, you're a little bit vague about what to say. Well, what it is so yeah, it's 3-Minute Rule. Say less to get more by Brant Pinvidic. That's the guy. You'll be able to find it on online. I actually listened to the audio. I didn't read the book, I won't lie. But anyway, so what we did, me and Sajid, we studied this book. We heard what he said, and we compiled this 3-minute video. So we've got a pitch in there. That's 3 minutes. That tells us the main story and whatever. And we put it together as a little nice video, and that is literally what I send. So after they say yes, don't waste your time. Ring them up for an hour and talk about the business, because that's just going to be time. You need to keep your time for the other people that are going to message you back, because you're going to be blitzing every day. So you could potentially have a lot of messages in your DM. So you need to get through them all. So don't waste your time like 2 hours on one person and then you're left with like half an hour for the other 15. So all I do, yeah, I'm interested. Okay, here's a short 3-minute video. I'll check in with you in 10 minutes to see how you found it. Now, you don't ever say to them, let me know when you've watched it, because they're not going to let you know. You always give them a time. Like, it's a short 3-minute video, and I'll check in with you in 5 minutes, if that's okay, to see how you found it. And then you check in with them. Now, if you don't have your own video, feel free to use mine. All you say is, this is my upline's video. This is my upline in this video, and she's doing quite well in the business. So feel free to watch, because it's just a business opportunity video. You know what I mean? So it's a generic video that anybody in FM can use relatively. So all of you have got permission to use that video of mine. It's 3 minutes, or better still, if you want, create your own. So get the gist of what I've said in there, change it up for to your story, and just literally record a 3-minute video of you saying it. That's all you need. It just means you're saving time. Send that to them, and then they're going to say, sounds fantastic. Most people do. I'd love to join. And then you send them your link, and then you get them joined. You've got a recruit there. Now, what you do with that recruit is next week's training. I've already told you the list, but there's something you do before the list as well. And it's not spamming them, by the way. Pamela Anderson's not allowed. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today. And I know we've covered a lot, and I hope it's been of value for you guys. I'm going to really quickly open it up for like a few questions, because I know question and answers can get really long. So let's blitz these questions out, maybe spend 5 minutes on them. So if anybody's got any questions, just put them into the chat, and I'll try and answer them. Okay, has nobody got a question? Brilliant. That means you're all experts at this now. And you know, whatever you learn, there's a rule: knowledge, implement, and duplicate or teach. Okay, Shemai has spoken up. When you say add, do you mean follow them? Yeah, that's what I mean. Add, find. So you find them, so you search for them. Or just another good way of finding people, before I forget. So you know, in your search bar, you can hashtag search things, can't you? So if you want to like think, I wonder who'd be interested in this sort of business. If you hashtag stay at home mom, hashtag mum life, stay at home mums do really well in this business, as we all know. Hashtag perfume lover, perfume collection, I don't know, whatever. Think about people you want to vibe with. Hashtag, and then a whole lot of people will come up with that hashtag, right? Then you just add them or follow them. But it's like follow, yeah. Find, add, message. I think on Facebook it's add, isn't it? But yeah, on Instagram it's follow. And then message them. Don't chicken out from the messaging part, yeah? You have to message them. It's the whole process. Right. Does this... thank you, Tasneem. That's very lovely of you. Syra, I have just done all of this. Have you just been doing this? That's amazing. Does this only work for Instagram, or does it work on Facebook? It works on Facebook as well. So on Facebook, a lot of times people find groups. I'll tell you a little story actually. So you know, on Facebook, the good thing with Facebook, what I like, what Instagram doesn't have, is groups, right? And you know, Holly, those of you that know Holly, mum of 3, she's again another superstar. She's doing amazing. Her little secret was she used to be part of a Facebook group called so you know, when you're like pregnant and you have a due date, so that particular group was for mums that all had the same due dates. So for example, I don't know, October due dates, for example, that's what it was, right? So this was before FM. She was just on this group where they all formed a community because they all were pregnant together. So you had so much in common, right? Oh my God, you get morning sickness. Oh my God, you get this, you get cramps, blah, blah, blah. So then they all had babies and they all connected over their babies. And oh my God, my baby's got a first tooth. And wow, he walks and he talks and blah, blah. So they all became friends, right? They probably met up every now and again. Now, when she joined FM, now she's built her trust on that group, obviously, because they all know her, they all know each other. When she joined FM, she just told all them about it. This group was quite big, by the way. So she must have put a message on that, guys, I've just joined this new business and it's pretty amazing. It's working for me. And she asked the question, would you guys be interested in joining? Hey ho, most of her aces are from that group. She says most of the girls that are doing really well under her are actually from that group on Facebook. So what you do, you create relationships through these groups, and you find people on Facebook in the same way that you would on Instagram, maybe through the groups, and you just gotta, you know, you probably make some amazing friends. Like, I'm sure we've all got that Instagram buddy that you chat to all the time, and you probably know their life story. Like, bloody hell, sometimes you become a counselor for them and you've never met the person, but it's just the way it is, isn't it? And I think Fraser has a saying, right? What is it? So you got to make strangers into friends and friends into family. So your strangers will become your friends because you know, and then your friend eventually they become like family where they'll be there for you regardless of whatever. I hope we're all family, guys. But yeah, that is the secret, you know, getting onto these groups. There's a woman actually in America. She did a training on Eric Worre's recruitment thing that a lot of you were on. And what she said was, she lived in this like little village. Is it a village in America? Not a village. What do you call them? Like a little tech state in America. Like a little village farm. And she said, literally, she's like a farm girl. She even spoke like a Texas farm girl. And she's like, I needed money. Like, I was a single parent. I was absolutely broke. I needed money. And somebody told me about this thing, MLM, multi-level marketing business. And I said, well, whatever, I'll give it a go. But I don't know anybody. I live in a village. I literally live in a village where I probably know like 5 people around me. So that is literally how she started off. So she learned all these techniques, obviously. Asked the question. She learned all this. And she basically went on to so she loves chickens. So she was really passionate about chickens, as you are. Not Nando's, by the way. The real chickens. And she went onto this chicken group. And she goes, I started chatting to her more because that's what I liked. I was into chickens. So like that, they became really good friends on there. And then eventually they all joined her business because they all had this trust. And she said it was because when she started making it quite big, she was, I bought this chicken coop that was really high tech, like call it that the Mercedes of chicken coops. So she said I had this really high tech coop that I used to have. So she used to put pictures up of it just to show everybody, look at my chicken. So they were like, where did you get that coop from? It's so fancy. So then she'd plug it in, right? Like, well, it's my business. And then like that, they all joined. And now she's smashing it properly. Like she's literally probably a millionaire by now. But the point was, don't ever say, I don't know anyone. You've got social media. You can get to know everybody. And you're behind a screen, so, you know, it's easy. Right. I've got an order and a potential recruit. There you go, Syra. I'm guessing that's just from the blitz that you did now. It's amazing. Right. How long before unfollowing dead leads? Okay, that's actually a really good question, Shamaya. You know what? Fraser has this rule, yeah, that, you know, when you get ghosted, and we all get ghosted, yeah, don't lie, we all get ghosted. He says, don't just leave it at that. Like somebody's blanked you, don't just like, go cry into your pillow. What you do, he says, just drop him a message and say, not sure if you read my message, but just wanted to say it's completely fine if it's a no. I'd appreciate it if you let me know. That's it. Keep it simple. One of the guys somebody that I know says he uses that GIF. Yeah, Priya, send a GIF. Yeah, literally, like, hello, I'm waiting. You know, one of them funny ones, and it kind of lightens it a bit. I think I did it to somebody, and they went, what did they reply back? Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And they always come back to you, don't they? Yeah, love a good gift, definitely. Letitia, I agree. So yeah, like, it's one of them, like, a simple yes or no will be fine. You know, one of them gifts. Do you know where Fraser's got his own gifts? If you search Frazer Brookes, he's got his own gifts. Top tip. Anyway, that's how you do it. Don't just let them, and then if they still ignore you, then just get off, get rid of them. Don't bother. Amazing training. Thank you, Halima. Oh, and also, you know, if somebody says no to you, just say, so that's completely fine. Thank you for getting back to me. If you know anybody that might be interested in this, please feel free to pass on my details. So from a no, there's a rule. From a no, it will always be a yes. So if they do say that, no, just say that's completely fine. If you do know anybody that would be interested, I would really appreciate that. And that does happen, by the way. Like so I have got a customer in Liverpool, and she has already got her own little some business. So she loves the perfume. So she's like, I can't commit to it. I'm really busy. And just last week, her sister messaged me saying, I want to join your business. And I was like, oh, that's really good. How did you hear about it? She went, oh, my sister told me about it. So the sister was a no, but she clearly went and told her sister. So her sister's joined. So she might even be on here. Misha, Fab Training always gives me a boost. Brilliant. Shama just casually messaged an influencer of 20k followers. Brilliant. You know, with influencers, you've got to be careful because they're kind of a little bit above, I feel, this sort of business. But with them, I don't know. I think they just think it's a little stay-at-home mummy thing. They don't realize people are like making crap loads of money, more than their like £50 a post money. But it doesn't matter. Some of them come on board with it. Some of them are still a bit skeptical. But yeah, influencers is a tricky one. But once you get one, you're sorted, definitely. But you know what you do, right? If you don't, right, if you can't get the influencer, get her sister. Top tip. So I'll give you an example. Like, you know, I follow Alia JM. I don't know if you follow her. She's this really funny. She's really good. I like her. So today on her story, I follow her anyway. She was in the park with some other girl. I think it was her sister or a friend. So I went onto that person's page and found her, added her, and messaged her. She's like, hey, love your whatever energy and your page and blah 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 blah. Just wondering, do you make would you be interested in making an income out of your social media following? She didn't have that many followers, but she was okay. But I knew that if I got her on board, she'll obviously tell her friend about it, who will basically either give her a shout out or she'll help her somehow because they're friends. So that's a clever way of doing it, guys. If you can't get right into the blogger, get to the people. So yeah, one of my team is actually a blogger's sister. It's not the blogger. She's like, I won't do it, but I'll get my sister to do it. Which is all good, isn't it? Right. Looking forward to next week's training. Leanne, I need to get pregnant and join a mum's group. Or just fake your pregnancy, just pretend that you're pregnant. Just tell everybody, oh my God, the baby's kids. Don't do that. Thank you so much for the training. I always look forward to them. Thank you. Guys, if you want to show your followers that you're not just doing this crappy little business from home, people do think that, don't they? Just put a little boomerang or a little something of this training and let them see that, you know, we're all professional, we do Zoom, and just show them that just doing training for my business, you get help, you get full training, and just say something like, if you want to join my team, drop me a DM. Yeah, you could get loads of recruits from that, you know. So just plug it in. Learned a bit this evening, thank you. Nice. Love a good gift. Thank you, Fab Training. Thank you. Oh, Fiona, a local influencer just included me in her Christmas gift guide. Ooh, very fancy, Fiona. Lovely, lovely. So yeah, we're going to end it now because we could probably go on. Next week, we are going to be focusing on what to do once you've asked the question and you've got your person now. Okay? What do you do with them? That is absolutely crucial as well. It's called the whoop technique, and we're going to cover that next week. Don't worry. But in the meantime, you've learned something. You're going to implement it, and then you're going to teach it to your teams, because you've all got teams, hopefully. Or hopefully you will have a team, won't you? Because you're going to be recruiting like mad. So every day, the more blitzes you do, the more prospects you'll have. So some people are just amazing at blitzing. They're so quick, boom, boom, boom. Like the likes of Leanne is just an expert now, obviously, because she's been doing it for so long. She can just do it like in her sleep. And they say it gets to a stage where you're conditioned to just do it. Like you're so good at it. Like it's just like a subconscious, you know which emojis to send. You could have like a trademark emoji that you send to put on people's comments, and then you almost become famous for like people will recognize you because of that emoji that you put on or something. So yeah, there's clever ways of doing it. Just getting yourself out there, basically, isn't it? Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. Hope you're gonna blitz your week away, and it's gonna be Black Friday, guys. So please make the most of it. And you know, this offer that FM have put on, I promise you, ain't coming back. As in, everybody was shocked because obviously the prices went up not so long ago. So from going from paying £12.50 for a pure, you're now paying what, £9, which is mental. Honestly, I don't think they'll ever go this low again, ever. So make the most of it. I'm not saying like, I'm not encouraging you all to like stock up, but if you're someone that wants to invest in this business, drop my whiteboard. There you go. If you want to invest in this business, then you know, just do it. By the way, you know, talking of getting out your comfort zone and messaging people on your cold list, I just remembered somebody, not in my team, someone that I know in another team, managed to get, what company is it now? I always bloody forget the name. Femlux. It's like an online clothing company, Femlux. It's a little bit like a Boohoo, Pretty Little Thing type of company. So she must have obviously asked the question to the owner of this company and got him on board. And if you go on the website, Femlux, they obviously sell the perfumes, FM ones. Mad. So they went from selling one perfumes to people to now basically this guy probably orders so many. Like you can imagine how many they sell on a website like that with the footfall like that they have. So yeah, just get out of that comfort zone and think big. Go message all these people that you're scared of, chickens, and make this a year to remember, guys. And I look forward to seeing you next week, and I'm sure we'll be chatting on the groups. And feel free to post on your results of how you're getting on. We'll share how many blitz on average, how many, we'll just chat about it. Please share it with your teams, guys. Duplicate this to your team members, everything that you've learned today. Feel free to send them the YouTube video once it's on. And yes, I'm gonna go now. Blitz, people. That's where the money is. Blitzing. I need to stop now, don't I? Right, guys, bye-bye.